Welcome into another video. This time we're doing a best ball draft for the $3 million grand prize on Underdog Fantasy. Can't wait to get into this one. I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Tyler Maxey with the Tiller Turtle Fantasy Football, and I think we're gonna just get in here together. We're in the same draft right now. We're waiting for it. Still one person yet to get to kind of get into the draft, and we'll see how it goes. But on most people, Tyler, you see Justin Jefferson going 1, Jamar Chase going 2, and a lot of times Christian McCaffrey going 3. Do you agree with those rankings in most cases?
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, 1, 2, those are interchangeable. 3 to the rest of the draft is always up for debate. Yeah. So,
McCaffrey, you got the first pick in this one.
Oh, let's go. Very nice.
Wow.
And you're at 8.
And I'm picking at 8. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to see somebody going from the 1 spot. So it's always good. You know, you're probably going to get that Justin Jefferson / Jamar Chase. Most of the time it's Jefferson. And then seeing what he can come back around. He's got back-to-back picks going into the 2nd and the 3rd round. I've got pick 8, which is prime position. This may be the draft that I take Travis Kelce and seeing if I can get a Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce stack and just seeing what kind of the chips are falling after that. I haven't done a Travis Kelce draft yet, but I'm pretty excited to see if I can land him at 8. So here in 2 seconds, looks like Tiller to Killer, aka what is it? Tiller Turtle. I can't remember your name all the time, but
I know I should probably change it on here. I didn't think about that.
The Tiller Turtle is his name. He's changing it from Tiller to Killer. So we'll see what he ends up with. Probably going to be Justin Jefferson if I had to pick. He's got 9 seconds to pick.
Well, you were talking about the Week 16, the playoffs, and the best ball drafts and everything to that effect. And
okay, I'll
let Justin Jefferson just run. But is there a debate about taking Chase first with that whole situation you were talking about?
Some people are actually talking about Chase. I just don't get it. You know, if you're in a dynasty league, I'm really liking Chase just based off quarterback factor alone. But I just think Justin Jefferson has more of a even out, you know what you get, consistency type thing. Chase can give you those boom 40, 45 point weeks. I don't think Jefferson can do that as well, but you just see Chase give you those weeks 45, and then some weeks he may give you 10 or 15, where Jefferson will probably get you 20 to 25 consistently week in and week out, which is I think is why in a PPR league or any type of league, whether it's PPR or redraft or dynasty, I think he's really good to go number 1 overall. And then when you talk about best ball, if you want to be consistency and at least make it to the playoffs, I think Justin Jefferson's actually pretty good. But
yeah, that makes sense.
But you know, you could have Jamar Chase, you know, come into you for, oh, Travis Kelce just went off the board at 6. I'm gonna have to change it up. What am I gonna do? I know what I probably should do here, but yep, I'm gonna have to do it. I like actually CeeDee Lamb here. I'm going to go ahead and pick CeeDee Lamb over A.J. Brown and Stephon Diggs. I already have a lot of shares of A.J. Brown and stuff, so I want to kind of diversify a little bit, go CeeDee Lamb. I was going to go robust RB, but I'm not really liking Austin Eckler. And for best ball, I don't want to really put all my stones into a rookie running back, even though I do think he will be the number 1 running back overall in fantasy this year. I just think it's a little too rich for my blood on that aspect. I really did want Travis Kelce, but it just really didn't land for me. But I think CeeDee Lamb's in a good opportunity. I think them adding Cooks on the outside is going to help hopefully pull a little bit of coverage off the top for CeeDee Lamb, give him more opportunities, and Dak Prescott hopefully can find him a lot. And I know you probably have a difference of opinion on that, but as a Cowboys fan, what do you think about CeeDee Lamb?
I don't mind the pick right there. It's a little bit of a reach, but I may have gone A.J. Brown because they're just going to be so gung-ho aiming for that Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Trying to get that trophy. I mean, they were so close last year.
Oh, yeah.
And get it done. But I do think the Cowboys offense is going to be clicking, and it's definitely not a bad pick at all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it's going to be – it's okay for what it is. I mean, I think he's going to give you consistency is what I really like. We'll see what takes here. Will Jonathan Taylor come back to me? I don't have any shares of Jonathan Taylor, and it does. And I'm going to go ahead and grab him here. I do like the aspect of having Jonathan Taylor and CeeDee Lamb on my team. I think it's a good start for me. And then as we kind of wind up, going back over to you, is there anything you're really looking at? Go ahead and grabbing Justin Jefferson first. Do you feel like it's a good strategy to stack up all your wide receivers, or what are you looking at right here?
Well, considering that these best ball drafts are they're 3 receivers and 2 flex,
Right.
with 2 running backs, I really like picking receivers early because they really seem to go quite fast in these drafts. Because
It's 1 flex, not 2, by the way.
It's only 1 flex. Okay. With 3 receivers right there, I really think that having some good ones and then playing that kind of 0 RB game can really work out. I'm going to take Devontae Smith right here.
Nice pick.
To pair with Justin Jefferson. Running backs. Oh, I'm at the top. I'm picking back to back here. Mark Andrews is the next best tight end. I could, you know what? I'm going to try that. Let's try that. So 2 receivers and a tight end.
Right.
That means I'm 2 picks away from my next pick. Let's see what running backs fall to me.
Yeah, and that's a part of it. Just trying new things, because no one at the end of the day knows exactly what the winning formula is, and you never really know. So trying different strategies always works really well. Are you keeping track of your other drafts as well?
Kind of, a little bit.
Okay.
Clicking back and forth.
Yeah, just try to, you can queue up a lot over there too. It might help you out. But so now that it's coming back to me, I do have Jonathan Taylor and CeeDee Lamb, a good balance right here. I know a lot of people like to go those robust wide receiver type of action, but I want to try something a little different here. I think if it comes back to me, I think I want to go ahead and stack some running backs here. I haven't really stacked any running backs yet. And I think I might want to do that here. Maybe grab Najee Harris if he lands to me. Yeah, there's tons of receivers that I like, and I want to just try having a nice running back room. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Najee Harris right here. So I'm starting out with Jonathan Taylor and Najee Harris. Should be a pretty decent backfield. Should be a good floor type of team with CeeDee Lamb at the wide receiver spot. And I know I'll probably try to do a little bit of correlation down at that bottom because you always want to kind of correlate. So that just means I have CeeDee Lamb. I could try to target Dak Prescott down the road. I know Tiller Turtle has Justin Jefferson. He may want to try to target Kirk Cousins down the road and just kind of see what happens. Lamar Jackson could be a good choice for him to have that combo stack of Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews could be really good for him. So are you looking to do any type of correlation this time around? Do you like correlation in best ball drafts?
I'll tell you what, you can't beat it, especially these star players. You get somebody late like Kirk Cousins to pair with Jefferson. I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But I would also probably maybe go 3 quarterbacks in that case because I don't want to be stuck with Kirk Cousins as my number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think in a perfect situation, you would land Lamar Jackson as your 1 and Kirk Cousins as your 2, and then to be able to stick with just 2 quarterbacks. The thing with that's different, a lot of people may not know on Underdog is 18 rounds. DraftKings, where a lot of people draft, it's 20 rounds. So there's 2 less rounds here. So there's going to be an opportunity if you can just have 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends, you're really going to be able to load up on that wide receiver and running back. When you start going to 3 quarterbacks or you go to 3 tight ends, you're kind of limiting yourself. So you kind of want to, if you do go 3, which I don't mind, but you kind of don't want to go 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends because then you're kind of setting yourself up for failure, in my opinion. It's about to be my pick again. And like I said before, I want to try this robust RB type of role, and it looks like Joe Mixon may land to me here. And I'm going to keep punting the wide receiver position. Even though I know you start 3, I'm just trying a different type of approach. We got Joe Mixon. Now, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, and Joe Mixon, I think we are completely loaded at this running back position, and I'm super excited to see what goes on there. So, but coming around to your pick, there's a lot of wide receivers left available. What are you kind of looking at as of right now?
So 5 picks away, I would love to take, I'll take another receiver and maybe a running back here, maybe 2 running backs.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker still sitting there, J.K. Dobbins, which I took Mark Andrews, so I wouldn't really be too excited about that. Alexander Madison is still down there. ADP now 61. He was down there until Dalvin Cook got cut, and he has just been flying up the charts.
You know how much I like myself some Alexander Madison.
I know. And having him as my RB1 wouldn't be too terrible either. I'm not too mad at it.
Yeah.
So we just saw Joe Burrow go.
This could be a good opportunity. Let me see. No, I thought Lamar Jackson. As I was saying, if Lamar Jackson would be there, that'd be a really good opportunity for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I'm going to take Madison here with the first pick.
Good pick, in my opinion.
I like his opportunity, absolutely. Over Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones. I'm staying away from Green Bay all year this year. And then to add to this, Justin Fields, Justin Herbert are the next. Actually, Herbert right here wouldn't be too bad, but that's still pretty darn early for quarterback. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit and go Marquise Brown. I like his opportunity there in Arizona now that he's the number one. The target hog himself is gone. And even though they're going to be a terrible team, they're going to be playing from behind. That means they're going to throw more. That means that your wide receivers are going to benefit.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's always risky. I've done a draft. I think I did one last night where I kind of punted quarterback a little bit too. But an underdog's a little different than DraftKings. In underdog, it's almost like a quarterback premium league because quarterbacks score so many points in the underdog scoring. So it's going to be rough to kind of punt. I'm hoping Justin Herbert falls back to me here. I would love to grab myself some Justin Herbert here. That would be great. I'm going to go ahead and put him actually in my queue because he will definitely be my pick if he's able to come to me in this pick. And if I can grab Herbert along with this team, I'm really, really liking what I'm seeing. Yeah, if I can land here, then I can start loading up on my wide receiver position. I'm one of those, especially in best ball right now, there's a couple tight ends that I really like late, whether it's your Greg Dulcitz's, your Jelani Woods, Jawan Johnson, Hayden Hurst. There's a lot of tight ends that I like down at the end of the draft. And you can always be able to pluck a couple of these guys. So tight end, you know, unless you're getting Kelsey. Oh, he just took Herbert from me. Since he took Herbert from me, I'll go ahead and put Chris Godwin in the queue right now, just in case I run out of time. Looking at the running back position, I'm solid on running backs as of right now. Quarterbacks, I really don't want to take a big risk on that. I'm going to go ahead and just secure Chris Godwin here as another. I think he's a good wide receiver, especially for best ball. I think he's a good PPR type of guy. And half point for reception leagues, I think he's going to get a lot of targets, especially from probably the rookie Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield, whoever starts. I think he's a good opportunity. What do you think about Chris Godwin in best ball?
Man, Tampa Bay is another one of those teams that who knows what is going to happen. I mean, Baker Mayfield at the helm right now, he's boom or bust. You never know whether he's actually going to be able to make the pass. Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah.
Who's Trask is the backup, I believe.
Yeah.
Right off the top of my head there. Yeah.
Kyle Trask, yeah.
So, you know, sure, that's fantastic. Chris Godwin is one heck of a player. He's one of the elites in the league, but the team around him, they're rebuilding in a tough division. I don't know, but he could be something for sure. That's a possibility.
Oh yeah, I agree. And if we're following about to be my pick again here soon, but if we're following the career of Baker Mayfield, I mean, he's never really been able to support a number one wide receiver, whether it's been Odell Beckham or Amari Cooper or whoever has been over there. It's not really worked out. Although I think I don't know if he played with Amari Cooper or not. I can't remember off the top of my head, or if it was just with Deshaun Watson. But it's going to be my turn here. Looking at the quarterback position, there are some quarterbacks there, but there's quite a few that I like, so I don't want to go that route. I could land another running back, which I definitely could do. I might put Pierce in there. We'll see how that goes. And there's a lot of wide receivers that I still like. But again, going on this robust running back, I want a new strategy here. I'm going to go ahead and take Dameon Pierce here as my 4th running back and really load up that position. And maybe now I can punt it for the rest of the draft, maybe grab one later on down the line. But I think I like my opportunities here. There's not a lot of running backs that I really am crazy about. There's obviously some people that I can grab later on in the draft that I would be okay with. But yeah, 4 running backs. I know it's coming up on old Tiller Turtle here, and we look at him. He's got Alexander Madison as his number 1 running back with Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, and Marquise Brown with Mark Andrews at the tight end spot. I think he's building a pretty good competitive roster here. I think I think he's pretty solid all around as of right now. I'm really curious with your pick coming up in about 3 picks. What are you really looking for here?
Man, I would love Cam Akers to fall to me right here, adding that as my RB2. Even though I double dipped there in Minnesota with Madison and Jefferson, I think their offense is really super strong enough to hold in there. Yes, and Cam Akers fell. I think Cam is an excellent best ball pick, especially by week 10. One other thing that I saw, Jefferson, obviously Madison, but also Mark Andrews is by week 13, so I'm kind of shooting myself there. But next pick, man, I'll tell you what, Treylon Burks is right there. I don't see a better option. Don't even try to name somebody else in the wide receiver room in Tennessee. You're not going to be able to do that. Maybe you, since you know so much, you've done so much research, but your average person, they're no names. He's the only guy. Bad team. I think he could be an excellent pick, especially in best ball.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you with Treylon Burks. He's going to be the main option. I mean, they got Nick Westbrook-Ekine is going to be on the opposite side of him. He's not really somebody that's going to be scaring me whatsoever. You got Chigo at tight end, which I do believe could be a sleeper tight end. But overall, when you're looking at Treylon Burks and his draft capital, I think you'd be shocked to not like his target share here. And Dallas Goedert, and I don't like taking tight ends this early, but Dallas Goedert just fell to me, and there's a huge chance I might just say, you know what, I'm not liking the wide receivers here. Dallas Goedert's an easy top 5, top 4 type of player. I'm going to go ahead and take Dallas Goedert here and really solidify something that I haven't done. I've been taking a lot of late round tight ends here, but this is going to be different. Like I'm loading up my running back position: Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon, and Dameon Pierce with CeeDee Lamb, and I have Chris Godwin with Dallas Goedert at tight end. I think I'm building something pretty solid here. And on the way back, I think I want to I got to figure out what I want to do here at wide receiver. I do like the Elijah Moore pick. Sutton, Michael Thomas, Zay Flowers, Bill Beckham. There's a couple ways that I can go here.
Yep, Sutton is obviously a good choice. Jameson Williams, yeah, he's suspended for 6 games, but he's going to be well, there goes Elijah Moore. He's going to be a touchdown machine, I think, when he comes back. He showed flashes of that last year. And then Tyler Boyd, if one of your 2 top Cincinnatis get hurt, he could be a shoe-in for an increased load there.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do here, I've actually made up my mind. It's a good strategy to have, too, in best ball leagues is look ahead of time, right? So what I did is I know with Dak Prescott, it's a reach here. He's a 102 ADP. We're only at 89. But there's 3 teams ahead of me with 0 quarterbacks. And if you look at the rankings, there's only 3 quarterbacks that are there, and I want that correlation with CeeDee Lamb. So I'm going to go ahead and reach and take Dak Prescott here so I can just make sure I have that week 17 correlation with my wide receiver. So I lock down Dak Prescott here. Not extremely crazy about that, but I'm happy enough to match up my squad to get everybody really looking solid in my opinion. Now I need to really stack up my wide receivers. That's going to be my go-to starting here. But what do you think about me reaching for Dak Prescott here?
It's not much of a reach at all. Like you said, there's 3 teams that are going to get a... Oh, man, I timed out on my other pick on that other draft. I don't even know who I went or who I got. Let's look. Ooh, Evan Ingram, great. But as a Cowboys fan, I can tell you just by watching the games, Dak is going to have his excellent fantasy games. Having that stack with with CeeDee Lamb is absolutely amazing. Again, especially in best ball. Best ball, you have to change your mindset. This is not redraft. This is not dynasty. Any stacks are absolutely fantastic. Quarterback, receiver, or quarterback, and your top end tight ends.
Well, I agree. I completely agree. Coming up on his pick right now, we can go ahead and glance at his team. He's got Alexander Madison, Cam Akers at the running back spot, Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Marquise Brown, and Treylon Burks with Mark Andrews at 10. What's your thought process right now with these two picks?
Well, Kirk Cousins is sitting there. I can have that stack with Justin Jefferson, of course. Richardson is the only one ahead of him, which in draft order as far as best ball goes. Yeah. That's not.
No, that's a great pick right there. Yeah.
Oh, that's not always the bread and butter.
Right.
The next pick I'm going to take here is Antonio Gibson. He's been labeled as possibly an increased catches out of the backfield over the coming season. Head coach there, Ron Rivera, loves Antonio Gibson. I'm back and forth with these drafts. I saw Anton anyway. So, yes, he's got some excellent competition out of that backfield, but at the same time, again, in a best ball pick in the 9th round, that's a solid pick.
Oh yeah, and Antonio Gibson. There's a lot to know about this guy. I mean, J.D. McKissic, right, was the pass catching back there. He played the first 8 games of the season before he got hurt. He had 45 receptions in those first 8 games. That's all probably going to go to Antonio Gibson. And there was 8 games it's either 8 or 9 games that Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson shared the field together, and I believe it was 5 or 6 out of those 8 games. The snap share was actually favored towards Antonio Gibson. So it is my turn right now. We're going to go ahead and look. We really need wide receivers. Michael Thomas, does he come back to form? We'll put him up there just in case I don't find him. But you know what? I actually like Odell Beckham a little bit better. I do like the Odell Beckham pick right now. I'm going to go ahead and take him. It's a little bit early, I believe, in the draft, but he is the number 1 wide receiver for Baltimore. They wanted to get him, and he's good friends with Lamar Jackson. I just think in this opportunity, I need somebody with a safe floor. I think Odell Beckham has a safe floor to target with CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin, and Odell Beckham. I'm really liking this pick. I'm not really sure at all what your thoughts are about Odell Beckham, but do you like Odell Beckham?
I'll tell you what, not really.
Yeah.
I think he's shown that he's highly injury prone over the past few years. Yes, they went and gave him a bag and kind of some advice in fantasy football is to follow the money. When they pay a player to come in like that, he could be their number 1, probably is, all that jazz. Yeah, there's a high solid chance that he's going to be their number 1. Again, best ball, the nice thing here is that you don't have to rely on him on a week-to-week basis. So if he does have, 150-yard for one of those picks in your weekly matchups.
Yeah. And it's coming down here. I am a New Orleans Saints fan, which a lot of you probably already know. Alvin Kamara is on the board right now, but I'm telling you, I don't think Alvin Kamara plays football again. I think that once he comes down, I think he will be in prison just based on the charges and what it is. So there is one more running back. My last 2 that I picked, Joe Mixon and Dameon Pierce, actually have the same bye week. So I want one more running back, and I think I need to go ahead and reach and grab him here. So I'm going to take Jamal Williams right now for my 5th running back spot. That may conclude my running backs for this draft, but I wanted to get another guy in there that I really liked to make sure my whole running back room is completely filled with who I like. Like I said, you could start up to 3 of these guys if they play really well, so with that flex spot. But I'm taking a reach on Jamal Williams, and then I guess we'll just see how that goes. Look at the quarterbacks left: Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, Jordan Love, Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray. Do you have any thoughts on Kyler Murray? Do you think he plays?
Yeah, I have thoughts. He's probably going to play at some point. I think they want to see who he is.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure where he's at in his contract. You may know. Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know.
I think it's either soon or it's early in his contract. I think he's going to be there for a while. But if he plays, he's an excellent player. He's a
he'll be a steal too. He'll be an absolute steal.
Yeah, absolutely. Right here, 1-3-4-1. I am going to reach on Devon A-Chain. He could really take over especially some PPR type receiving work out of the backfield in Miami. We all know that the starter there. What is his name?
Well, they have Raheem Mostert and they have Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, he's not the most healthy person, easily staying on the field there. So he could definitely get some work. And I'm going to take Jacoby Myers. Excellent.
That's what I was looking at.
Wide receiver, let's see, 5 on my team. Oh, man, he's by week 13 as well. Shoot. So week 13, I'm not going to do so great. But that's okay.
Yeah, looking down the wide receiver group, I really wanted Jacoby Myers. I think he fits that offense very well. I think he's somebody that can get a really good rapport with Jimmy Garoppolo. Not crazy about everybody else. Zay Jones, he's a little decreased on my list right now just because I just don't see it. Now that they got Ridley there, I just don't see anything there. Darnell Mooney, I don't want nothing to do it. I could do a Michael Gallup thing, but again, he's now the third fiddle, and I know it's good for correlation matchups. You know what? I might do a correlation.
Nico Collins is there.
Yeah, but I think I want to stay with correlation. I'm gonna go ahead and grab. Hey, you know what? We'll try the correlation out. We'll take Michael Gallup here. That way we got Dak Prescott, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. We got 3 Dallas Cowboys there. So if we get to week 17, the Dallas Cowboys matchup in week 17 is actually pretty deep. The Cowboys versus the Lions. So in retrospect, I probably should grab some Lions for my. I'm gonna queue up here. I think Van Jefferson, I like him there as well. There's no Lions that are close up here that I grab. Look at the tight end spot. There's a Greg Dulcich there, which I read that he just got taken, so it doesn't matter. Quarterback spot. Oh, you know what? I think it's time to take my second quarterback. If Derek Carr lands to me, I really like Derek Carr. I'm a Saints fan, and I like what he can possibly provide for this offense. I think that he's a good son of a gun. Marola, are you in my chat? This guy here.
Marola.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just take week 10. Let's go take. I'm gonna take Matthew Stafford. If he can get to his old form here, then I think Matthew Stafford, he can still throw his 300 yards, especially throwing it with Cooper Kupp. So I'm gonna take Matthew Stafford there and see what happens. You know, I mean, who knows? What's the worst that can happen? What do you think about Matthew Stafford this year?
He's shown time and time again he can have those 3 touchdown 300-yard games, and you know, he may have gotten a little bit hurt last year, but he always bounces back. He always has that drive. He was
contemplating retirement at one point. You know, he had a season-ending injury, and he didn't know if he wanted to play football anymore. But he ended up coming back, and now he's rehab, feeling really good. So he wants to make another push for that Super Bowl run. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And you know, my boy right there, second at the list, Jonathan Mingo, is right around the corner.
Yep.
Hopefully you're taken.
I know you do like some Mingo.
I like his chances. I like his rapport. He's showing out there at Carolina, and living here in North Carolina, I can have the opportunity to cheer on this young fella. Yes, and he drops me right there, insta pick. And then let's see what I'm going to do next. But I mean, he could be their number 1. I mean, who else is going to fight for that spot or has a legitimate chance to do so? And in saying that, I'm going to go ahead and reach on Bryce Young as my quarterback 2, right behind Kirk Cousins.
Good correlation.
He's going.
And another tip out there for everybody. For those of you who don't know, on Underdog, like just say he grabbed 2 Carolina Panthers, there's a little search bar up here next to the quarterback spot. If you click that and type in CAR, it actually lists all the people for Carolina. You can go down. If they've been taken already, there's a little circle next to their name, and there's a star next to the people who haven't been taken yet. So if he wants to correlate even more, that's an easy way to go down and see who he can take. Adam Thielen and DJ Chark just sitting right there. So just a little search bar action. Oh, somebody took Van Jefferson. I was going to correlate him with Matthew Stafford. Let's hit LAR again, see if there's anyone there. Tyler Higbee's still available. I don't want to take another tight end right there. So we got to look and see who we want. It looks like this possibly could be an MVS spot here. Don't need another quarterback. Could take. You know what? I'm all about robust, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Deonta Foreman here. I'll take one more running back. That will be it for me for the running backs. Deonta Foreman's pretty much the tier break for me as far as running backs that I like. There's a good opportunity for him to take the goal line opportunities, get a lot of touchdowns. So I do like Deonta Foreman. That leaves me with 6 running backs. I'm completely happy with that. I think I'm going to stick with just 2 quarterbacks, with Dak Prescott and Matthew Stafford. I think that's good enough to get it done. Probably going to be leaning towards 3 tight ends here and just load up on my wide receivers after that. Looking at Tiller Turtles roster, he's got Kirk Cousins and Bryce Young. Do you feel like that's strong enough, or do you feel like you might be reaching for another quarterback?
I've already decided I'm definitely going to add another quarterback to that group, especially considering the bye weeks.
I already know who you're adding. I already know it.
Who?
Sam Howell.
Maybe. But, so that's just, Kirk has his games. Bryce will have his games of, they're going to give him the ball. He's going to put those abilities to test. As short as he is, I'm a short fella. I get it, but I'm gonna cheer him on right here from my couch.
Yeah. It's coming up to my pick here. MVS would be nice. There's the biggest correlation game right now is the Bengals and the Chiefs. Any Chiefs or Bengals that you can get on your roster, you're extremely happy for. MVS is another one of those. You never know what he can give you. There's a playoff game where he had over 100 yards receiving, MVS, and now they got rid of Juju Smith-Schuster. MVS could be the starter, him or Kadarius Toney. So there's a good opportunity I can land him on my wide receivers. He would be my 5th wide receiver, and I like that option. Who's your best pick of the litter for your Chiefs?
Travis Kelce.
Well, yeah, the wide receivers, whether you're talking about Kadarius Toney, Marcus Valdez-Scantling, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, you like any of these guys?
Still waiting for someone to step up and be that guy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about Kansas City. Mahomes is the man. Kelce is the man. After that, it's really a crapshoot as far as that goes. Receivers, they're not going to have those. They're not going to be reliable in redraft. Let's say it that way. Yeah. But again, those best ball picks, Valdez-Scantling, Rashee Rice, I'm not entirely sure there. Sky Moore, kind of gross. Kadarius Toney, he's another great best ball pick in my mind. He's going to have those boom bust games, and if he can do that consistently, yeah, he's going to win you some weeks in best ball.
I agree.
And so it's my pick here. I'm over here talking about your picks. I didn't even realize I was on the clock. I've got 1 tight end. I've got Irv Smith sitting here. I'm actually going to go ahead and take him. That whole Kansas City.
Yep, that's an amazing pick later down in the draft. Like I said, you got the Kansas City Cincinnati Bengals correlation in the week 17. Great pick.
He was right there at the top. I didn't really have to look very far. But it works out that way. Running backs are gross. Ezekiel Elliott is still there, of course. Jeff Wilson for Miami. I'm not going to get a pick in time. Let's see what it gives me. Let's just play the game. Let's see what it gave me. Gerald Everett. Good. I went back-to-back tight ends.
Yeah, it'll give you whoever's on the top of the list.
Oh, yeah. That is advice for the people out there. Don't let the See, don't let the computer pick for you.
Yep. When you're doing commentary and doing the draft, it's a lot harder, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, man. I've got that other draft going in the background. Mine's pulled 17 different ways, but these 30-second timers are no joke.
Oh no, man. I love it. I love doing the commentary. I like spitting out, whatever knowledge you possibly can have. It really just puts you on the tilt and ready to rock and roll. I'm excited about it. DeJuan Johnson's still on the board. I'm really hoping he lasts to me. He's the number 1 player on the board. Yeah.
You gotta stop saying
now
people's
it's my
names.
turn.
Hey,
John
Kyler
Mechie
Murray.
or Robert Woods. I think I'm probably gonna grab Mechie here. I like him. I think he'll do okay, even though I think Robert Woods will probably get more of an opportunity than him. There's not another tight end that I want right now on the board, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab John Mechie.
I'll tell you what, man. I was looking at him as with that last pick I kind of gave away. If I would have seen that, if I would have been paying attention, he's probably the name I would have taken there.
Yeah.
Because again, somebody's got to be the number 1. We're not sure. They're not sure. But we haven't even got to see what he can't do. So again, best ball pick. He's going to have a few games probably. But if he turns out to be the number 1, he's definitely going to have games. So it's an excellent pick here in the 15th round.
A couple people added to my list here. Correlation, maybe possibly a Luke Schoonmaker down the line. I'll see if he comes back. It's not a big deal for me, but
that's too many Cowboys, man. I'm telling you. You're setting yourself up for
well, it's a correlation for week
Cowboys.
17. It's good to have 3 or 4 players on a team because if that team goes off, you're probably going to win the championship.
Well, something the Cowboys can't do, but anyway.
I think I'm gonna go. He's either gonna be Jalen Hyatt or Robert Woods. I can't go Robert Woods. It's week 7. I've already got 1, 2, 3 people on week 7. I need to take him off. I'm gonna have to go probably Jalen Hyatt. If Jalen Hyatt gets taken, it'll probably be Hunter Renfrow. Let's just take a stab here at Jalen Hyatt. Grab him. Now we're looking at week 7. We've got 1, 2, 3 people. We got 4 receivers available for week 7. We're gonna still grab. We have 2 picks left, and I really need to make those tight ends. So, am I happy with my receivers? Looking at CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin, Odell Beckham, Michael Gallup, Marcus Valdes-Scantling, John Mechie, Jalen Hyatt. It's not the best wide receiver group, but I think it's good enough to get the job done. I love my running back room. Quarterbacks are good enough to get it done. I might just go ahead and just slap 2 tight ends here and then kind of go from there.
Why are you going to slap 2 tight ends, man? That's kind of mean.
The 2 tight ends I want, I'll slap them up. But I think I'm going to go Jelani Woods and Schoonmaker if he left. So we'll go from there.
How many people we ever heard complain that Sam Howell went 2 picks ahead of him?
Yeah. Sam Howell, I do like how Sam Howell is already playing. I like how he played last year. I think he's going to be really good and it's going to shock a lot of people.
I know. You know what? I'm just going to take another rookie here, CJ Stroud. He's going to be in the game. They're going to see what they have in him. They're going to give him the chance to throw the ball downfield.
Well, yeah, I like it. You got Robert Woods right there for correlation if you need another receiver. I mean, it could be good. I like Robert Woods this year.
Yeah, Robert Woods. 4 running backs. Just a quick peek. Yeah, I'm going to take Robert Woods. You're right. Good deal.
Good pick. You got 1 pick left. You know what position you're kind of looking at?
Well, it's not going to be quarterback or tight end because they got 3 of each. I'm really not happy with that at all. That 1 tight end pick just really messed me up. I could have another wide receiver right there, but that's okay. You win some, you lose some, but
Yeah, and I need a tight end here. Obviously, I'm going tight end, and Hayden Hurst is on the board. Hayden Hurst, I think, is a way better pick as of right now, but Jelani Woods, I'm telling you guys, I think Woods is going to be a huge sleeper. The dude's a 6'7" freak of an athlete with amazing hands and amazing speed, and I'm telling you, he's going to make some heads turn this year. I'm loving Jelani Woods. I'm drafting him in almost every single best ball draft. I like what he brings, and could I regret drafting a Jelani Woods over somebody like a Hayden Hurst? Probably, but like I said, I don't really care for Bryce Young this year, and I just most of it's probably because he plays for the Carolina Panthers. I'm a Saints fan, but you know, I think overall Jelani Woods, if he breaks out, and I'm correct, I mean, I've got the slam dunk of the century. So, and in best ball, you got to take your stabs. You can't always go based off of ADP, because then, you know, nobody finishes how they did, you know, the season prior. So you gotta take your stake here. Jelani Woods comes here. Hayden Hurst did fall to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and take Jelani Woods here and hope that Luke Schoonmaker makes it back to me, which he should, to give me yet another correlation for Dallas. So I'm hoping in week 17, the Dallas Cowboys goes ham sauce, and I'm able to score a whole lot of points.
Who are they playing week 17? Do you know?
The Lions.
Oh, okay.
In a dome.
Lions defense is picked up, but both of them could be playing for playoff spots and all that jazz. So
I think it's gonna be good. That's my either second or third best correlation stack for.
Oh, you got a pick coming up. Is this your, this is your last one?
This would be my Luke Schoonmaker pick here. Again, mostly just, I don't have him in any best ball drafts. This will be the first best ball draft I believe that I have him in. So maybe the second, but we'll see. There's a lot of tout right now. Jake Ferguson's looking better than Schoonmaker in practice. So Jake Ferguson actually has shot up. Jake Ferguson's actually 207 ADP and Luke Schoonmaker's 215. But I like Schoonmaker's college film, and now I'm gonna go based off of that. They wouldn't have drafted a tight end so high if they had faith in Jake Ferguson. Yeah. My next pick, he should land to me just fine. I ended up with 2 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 7 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends. If he takes Schoonmaker for some odd reason, I have Hayden Hurst. Either way, I'm landing a good solid. And I do get Luke Schoonmaker. I'm gonna go ahead and take.
He took Hurst ahead of you. That's funny.
Oh yeah, that's funny. So just to wrap it all up, guys, I'm going to go over my squad real quick, and then once the draft is over, I'm going to go ahead and go over Tiller Turtles roster, and then we'll close it out there. Appreciate you guys being here on the video, but let's go over my roster right now. Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, really enjoying having some not top tier quarterbacks, but middle tier quarterbacks that can get the job done. Both quarterbacks can score, you know, quite a decent amount of points, getting you at least 300, 350 yards passing per game in Dak Prescott and Matthew Stafford. This draft I did a little bit different, went kind of a robust RB type of draft, and I believe I am loaded at the running back position. Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon, Dameon Pierce, Jamal Williams, and Deontay Foreman. I think it gives me a nice low floor and possibility somebody probably starting 3 running backs in a week where they're taking up that flex spot, which means I only probably need 3 solid wide receivers. Let's look at those real quick. CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin, Odell Beckham, Michael Gallup, Marcus Valdez-Scantling, John Mechie, and Jalen Hyatt. Not too crazy about the Mechie and the Hyatt picks, but they could be something. We'll see, kind of like lottery picks. MVS will give you those burst type of plays, which is good in a best ball league. Michael Gallup, you never know. He's going to give you, in my floor players, the CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin, Odell Beckham, I expect to be in my starting lineup week in and week out. At tight end, Dallas Goedert, one of the best tight ends in the game. He should be able to be my starter most of the time. And I've got 2 little guys on the bottom, Jelani Woods and Luke Schoonmaker, to kind of take over that as well. Now, Tiller Turtle just actually picked his last selection. So let's go over his real quick. He ended up with 3 quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins, Bryce Young, and CJ Stroud. Had Kirk Cousins because of the correlation with his wide receiver. Ended up with 2 rookie quarterbacks. There's probably a decent chance that one of them does something. They both have bye week 7, but I think his starting quarterback for most weeks will be Kirk Cousins. I'm pretty sure he's probably not happy with Kirk Cousins being his number 1 quarterback. You kind of want a better quarterback than that, but he can still get it done. Kirk Cousins can throw for that 300 yards passing. Let's look at the running back position. Alexander Madison, Cam Akers, Antonio Gibson, and Devin Achane. He's got the Minnesota stack as far as the quarterback, the running back, and the wide receivers. Running backs, a little mild for me. For Alexander Madison to be your #1 running back, I'd be a little worried. We're going to get his thoughts on his team here in a second. Looking at his wide receiver group, where I believe he is the strongest, Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Marquise Brown, Treylon Burks, Jacoby Myers, Jonathan Mingo, and Robert Woods. I believe all of these players up and down the roster can provide some nice fantasy production. Obviously, I believe it'll be his top 3 wide receivers, and most likely his flex play will come from the wide receiver position. Either Treylon Burks or Jacoby Myers to consistently be in the flex spot over somebody like maybe an Antonio Gibson or Devin Achane. Tight end spot, he has a very good plethora of tight ends. Mark Andrews, Irv Smith, and Gerald Everett. All 3 have those boom players. How do you feel about your team after the draft?
I am not exceedingly happy with it, but I'm satisfied, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
quarterback room, there's going to be points abound. I'm not worried about that. I'm not happy with the Minnesota quarterback, running back, and receiver. When I picked Madison, it was just kind of a stretch there, and I really wasn't thinking about the taking Jefferson first. But that's okay. He's going to have his points. He's going to he's going to be able to. I mean, good God, everybody just go watch some tape of his. Those huge arms of his. I mean, he just looks like an absolute man-child out there. So Cam Akers is he's already been touted as being more involved in the offense from the middle of the season to the end last year. He was an absolute beast. Antonio Gibson has his chances, and Devon Achane will as well. My receiver core is absolutely disgustingly nasty. I love that. Jefferson Smith, Marquise Brown, Treylon Burks, all starters for the team. Jacoby Myers could be the #1 there. Mingo could be the #1. Robert Woods could be the #1.
There ain't no way Jacoby Myers is going to be out defeat Devontae Adams.
Shut up. He may not play. Devontae Adams is mad at the team. He may sit. He may pout. I don't know. He's kind of a diva at this point, but I was totally kidding there. And then my last pick that you can't see was Marvin Jones for Detroit. I think that is an excellent pick. My very last pick of the draft, the last pick of the draft. You're going to have somebody who is absolutely just proven. He knows what he's doing. He has a rapport with whatever team he's on. Jared Goff loves the kid, and so again, last pick of the draft. Absolutely, just look out for him, especially with Jameson Williams being suspended, and the bye week 9 was absolutely perfect as well. Tight ends, Mark Andrews is going to be an absolute beast, and then Irv Smith and Gerald Everett are going to fill in those points here and there. I think picking at 1 wasn't my most favorite position so far, but I also kind of could have made some better picks, and it could have turned out better. So some of it's on me, but some of it's on the position as well.
Well,
so
I want to say I do appreciate you being here for the draft for me. I really appreciate that. Other than that, guys, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Where did I go right? Where did I go wrong? Where did Tiller Turtle go right? Where did he go wrong? Tell us your comments. Tell us what you think about the draft. We'd love to go back and forth with you guys and seeing what your thoughts on. Hit a like on this video. I'd really appreciate that. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.